Hello, Rita here. Welcome to New Nail Tech Success, where I help you get started as a nail technician in the easiest way. Back at you again with another video. I'm going to be talking to you about being desperate for clients. Okay, so real quick, I ran over across a situation on social media where a young lady was, you know, really blasting off, sounding off about the fact that, people weren't giving her a chance, as a new nail tech. Um, you know, and the ones she was getting wanted discounts and, you know, just the hookup. And then, they'll come for a while, then they'll hop around to another nail tech and she won't see them again. And she's really sounding off. And, I don't usually comment on social media debates or issues unless I feel really compelled to speak out. And I did. Now she's been licensed as a nail tech since as a cosmetologist since December, but she's specializing in nails. And so, I have been seeing posts of her, showing her frustration. But this time she just went all out blast. She sounded off really loud. So I felt compelled to say something because I know her, and I just wanted to stop her from committing career suicide, so to speak. um, so, I read through some of the comments. People were co-signing, saying, yeah, people here talking about where I live are just cheap. They want something for nothing. You know, just, your talents aren't appreciated here. You need to go to a bigger city, where you can be appreciated and get your clients and all this kind of stuff. And so I felt obligated to just give a different perspective, you know. And so I lovingly told her, in kind words, I said, I definitely understand, as a new nail tech, you want to get out there and just, do what you love to do and, just be working in the industry. But, the way you're going about it, the tone you're using, um, and the way you're sounding off is just not the way to do it. If anything, it could offend potential clients. It could make potential clients not want to give you a shot, you know, because she was all like, when I blow up and then you want to come to me, uh, you know, basically F you. That's pretty much how she ended it. And I was just like, okay. Like, I did tell her, I said, nobody owes us anything in this business or any business. We have to earn the right to service people. You know, we have to show potential clients why we're a good choice to do business with, to service them. You know, it's unrealistic, like I told her, to think that just because hey y'all, I got my license now, you're licensed now, that people automatically are going to flock to you and leave who they've been going to just because you want them to. It's unrealistic. We have to show them our worth. We have to show them our worth. And, you can't get an attitude. You can get frustrated, but what she was doing was best to have been done, in my opinion, with your best girlfriends, with your significant other, with your mama, cousin, aunt, uncle, something. Not on social media where, you know, it can put you in a very unfavorable light, you know. No. Um, in the Milady book, in the Nell book, it talks about professional conduct. She didn't display professional conduct. Professional conduct goes for when you're working in the salon and when you're just presenting yourself. If you're trying to have a business, then you have to remember that you're presenting yourself as a business person all the time, and people are watching. And trying to size you up if they want to do business with you. It's not so much, yeah, they want to know that you can do a nice full set or do some good nail art, but the main thing is your personality, is your character. Do I like you? Do I feel like, you know, I like you? It just comes down to it. Would I get along with you? You know, would I be comfortable sitting in your chair and saying, you know what, I don't like this, and you being cool about it? You know what I'm saying? Or them having the back of their mind like, uh, she's just too much drama. Like, she's got a bad attitude. I ain't trying to deal with her. Also, when you're new, nobody wants to really give you a chance. Like, you have to earn that. People don't want to be your guinea pig. You got to build that reputation up. The few people that may come to you, then you got to be outstanding on them, and everything. Ask for referrals, business. I don't know if she was doing all this, but you can't just be so quick to get an attitude with people. You know, companies pay big money so that they are looked in a favorable light to the public, because they know image is very important. Very important. If you got a bad perception in the marketplace, you ain't gonna sell nothing. And that's just it. We don't like you. So yeah, it goes for us too. Like, you don't see the big companies doing sounding off, like Taco Bell. Like, okay, y'all burger lovers, y'all ain't coming to eat no tacos. But when Burger King and McDonald's is closed and you hungry and you want to run for the border, like Trump said, it's gonna be closed. No, they don't do that. They don't do that. No. What they do, and I'm specifically talking about Taco Bell, and I know because I just need to stop going, but they just make it so enticing to stay competitive among the burger folks. They always coming out with something new, that just entice you. A new concept like this dollar happy hour where you get a good drink for $1 a couple hours out of the day. That was different. Now you got McDonald's and other people copying off the Taco Bell. But the point I'm just trying to say is, if this is for me too. When I get out into that marketplace and these people are not coming to me, then I have to reevaluate. Why not? What can I do? How can I stand out? What can I do to earn business? That's it. What can I do? What can I do? Because sounding off and doing all this stuff that this young lady did, in the end, still didn't get nobody in your chair. Didn't get you more clientele. Didn't, start filling up your book. All it did was just make you look desperate and thirsty, as my son say. Ma, don't be thirsty, he say. Nobody likes desperation. We don't want that pressure. When we go into these stores, and the other says, may I help you? Okay, that's kind. Okay, the first time, and then maybe she'll come back maybe 35 minutes later. May I help you? You're like, okay, I told you the first time I was just looking. Okay. Now, if she comes back a third time, now you being annoying. Now you putting pressure on me. And now I just want to leave because you're bothering me. You're not giving me enough time to assess things and see if I really do have a question. Then I'll come to you. Nobody likes desperation. Mm-mm. You know what they say? They say it takes about 7 interactions with a person before a potential client, before they'll warm up to you and even consider doing business with you. 7, at least 7. Okay? So, that's why we get the junk mail coming to the house. That's why we are bombarded with commercials, because they know that. We have to warm up to them. I ain't gonna lie. Insurance people sent me some mail for like 4 years. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, why don't they stop? Because I'm not gonna get no insurance from them. And guess what, y'all? I got insurance with them now because I got to the point where I needed insurance. And guess what? I said, well, let me go ahead and give these people a try. Let me give them a try. And that's what we have to do when we are new and we're just starting out. Gotta be persistent, man. We have to give it time. That's another thing. She was 4 or 5 months out the gate. That's not no time. You are competing against, especially here in this small town. You got girls that's doing cold nails out their house, in salons, nail shops. We have a lot of nail people, a lot of people doing nails. And then here you come, fresh out of school, 4 or 5 months, and you get an attitude because you're not getting customer loyalty. Unrealistic. Time. Gotta give people time. A lot of the desperation that came from this, though, was the fact, and I know this young lady, is that a lot of new techs, and I did this, I told you guys in the video on how I felt. We come out trying to make this our job right from the, like, our sole source of income right from the start. And that's failure. You know, if you don't have anyone to support you, like if you're young, your parents, spouse, or anyone that's going to back you while you grow your business to where it will sustain you, you better get a job. You gotta get a job. And that's what finally got through Rita's skull. You don't have it like that. You don't have it like that. So you're gonna have to build it on the side. And that's just it. Um, Point blank. So yeah, and then I had to address the issue with someone talking about she just need to go to a bigger city. Are you kidding me? A bigger city with more competition, more shops, just everything you experiencing here magnified 10 times. Chair hoppers, just no. That definitely, I addressed that too. That wasn't sound advice in my opinion at all. You got to pay your dues. You have to find out why the marketplace is not receiving you. Like I said, not enough time. Give it some time. Have you done everything you can do to bring in clients? You know, do you have a business plan? Did you have a business plan from the beginning? Like and with the business plan, it will tell you will give some idea as to how you're going to draw clients in, how you're going to stand out. So just if you are just starting out and you got your license and you're out there and this is you, don't ruin your reputation by getting attitude. Stay pleasant. Remember that you're the business. Maintain a professionalism and professional conduct, because people are watching. They're they are watching and asking about you because this is a word of mouth business. Okay? People want to go to the tried and true. Nobody wants, like I said, to be your guinea pig. Nobody wants to be disappointed with your work. Nobody wants to have that frustration of having to deal with something they don't like. We're frustrated by so many other things, and if the things that we can't avoid being frustrated by, then that's what we're going to do. So we're going to ask. We ask about stuff, products, movies, food, where to buy cars. We just ask because we want to save ourselves some heartache and frustration with being disappointed. We don't want that. We don't want to deal with it. So people are asking about you as a nail tech. What's she like? Can she do good work? What's her prices like? They're asking. So the very people that she was on social media blasting, she never know. Some people was probably about to give her a shot, and then she displayed this type of behavior, insulting people and just ugh, bad. I felt it, and I wasn't even one of her people that was gonna go to her because I do nails. But so this video is long, um, but hey, that's what we do. We talk about nail things. Y'all know I get on something and I might go a little long, but it's all so that we can learn from others people's mistakes, my mistakes. I'm not perfect, and I didn't come at her in a way like I was superior at all. She knows me, and I did say at the end, I said I'm coming in love because I care about you, and I want us all to succeed and do well. We can learn from each other's mistakes, and that'll save us time. We ain't gotta learn all the mistakes ourselves. This is why I bring this stuff to you, to help in a positive way. So the thing is, don't be thirsty. Don't be desperate. You want the clientele, you know, we all do. Do what you need to do. Stay pleasant. Be easy about it. That's my motto. If you don't know, I'm gonna do what I can do, then I'm gonna bag off. You know, let go and let God. Do what you can do. Everything will work out. That's my mindset. Everything always works out for me is what I say when I get down. And it does. Because it just does. You don't have to be desperate or anxious for nothing. Because what's for you is for you, and it got your name on it. Your clients got your name on it. I can't take them. She can't take them. He can't take them. Yours. But you got to be calm and relaxed. Do your part. That's it. All right, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, take care.